Beautiful. So taking it down onto your back. And then just hug the knees in towards the chest. We're just going to rock from side to side across the back of the pelvis to begin. Beautiful. And start to take the knees around in little circles, just massaging the back of the pelvis, the lower back. Beautiful. We'll take it back the other way. Amazing. Place the feet on the floor. We're going to press our back down hard into the ground. So tucking the tail between the legs, flatten the lower vertebrae, and then lift. We'll take it down again for 7, and lift, 6. Start to contract the core, draw the belly button in. We're drawing the abdominals down into the floor. We've got another 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to press it down and hold. Now this is going to be the basis of all of our abdominal work today. Can you keep that lower back nice and flat as you lift one leg at a time? Beautiful. Gently touching down, then lift the other knee. Draw the lower abdominals down as you lift each knee. So just building that pathway to that abdominal control. Beautiful. We'll do one more to each side. Then stack both knees above the hips. Again, press your lower back down, really anchor into the floor. We'll take the arms out to the side and just tick-tock from side to side. As we roll through center, we make that lower back connection again. So pressing down as we move through center. And this just means we're using our abdominals to draw the knees back instead of our lower back and hips. So wringing out the waistline. Beautiful. We'll do 3 more. Excellent. All right, stacking the knees over the hips. Can you keep your lower back nice and flat as you tilt through the hips or lower through the hips to tap one toe down at a time. Try and keep the lower back anchored. Beautiful. We've got 2 more. Excellent. Then take both feet down to the floor. Pelvic tilts. We're going to start to draw the floor of the pelvis in as we peel the pelvis off the floor. Can you bring it up to your bottom rib and then use the abdominals to flatten back down? We're going to allow the lower back to lift as we tap the tail, then scoop and hollow, peel back up. Beautiful. Pressing down as you lower. Tailbone touches. Draw in the pelvic floor. Scoop the belly to lift. Excellent. We've got 3 more. 2 more. Again, just building that pathway, that connection. Last one. Excellent. All right, raising the arms. We're going to peel off the floor into a bridge. Then exhale the arms down. We're going to collect the hips on the way through. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. We've got 2 more. Last one. Let's take it all the way up and over. Squeeze the glutes. Create a nice long line from the knees all the way through to the shoulders. Can you squeeze your inner thighs a little? Prevent the knees from fanning out to the sides. Amazing. Float the arms first. Collect the hips. We'll take it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Draw both knees into the chest and rock side to side. Excellent. Let's roll it over onto hands and knees. Taking the hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're going to move into a cat, cow, and hollow. So dipping through the waist, can you slide your shoulder blades down as you lift through the chin, inhale. Then starting from the tailbone, scoop and hollow as you roll back through, chin tucks last. Inhale, lift through the chin first, ripple down the spine. Exhale, deep abdominal hold as you roll through from the tail to the face. And then working with your breath, lengthening and contracting. Again, trying to roll from one end to the other. Really activating those lower abdominals. Can you draw in the floor of the pelvis as you tuck the tail between your legs? Beautiful, we've got 10 more seconds here. One more in either direction. Excellent, then just bring it to center. We'll shift it back into child's pose, stretch the arms. Beautiful, then bring it up to tabletop. We're going to take our block behind our knee. So we're going to wedge it in by squeezing our heel back towards our bum. Bring it down onto forearms and then shift the body right into the forearms. Align your chin or your nose with your thumbs. Beautiful, then squeezing your block, we're going to lift through the thigh bone for a nice big donkey kick. Now by leaning into the forearms and aligning the chin and the nose, means we're not pushing back into our other hip, so we're not fatiguing it before we get to work it. Beautiful. And if your block is slipping, feel free to readjust. So by mobilizing that bottom part of the leg, taking a bit of momentum out of it, forcing us to lift through that tail, through that thigh bone. 10 more seconds. Draw the lower abdominals in. Try and keep a nice neutral spine. Squeeze your glute at the top. Last one. Beautiful. Bring your knee down to rest. If you need to readjust, you can do so here. Then squeezing it back in. We're going to take it all the way to the top and pulse here. Now as you pulse, can you squeeze that glute to create the movement? With any of our pulsing sections, you're welcome to take a break if you need, but the goal is to get through the entire minute. Draw the lower abdominals in, press into the forearms, lift up and out of the shoulders, keep the upper body strong. We have to grip a little tighter just to ensure we don't lose our block. Beautiful, 30 seconds left. Press into the forearms, tuck the tummy in, lift through the thigh bone. This was always a lot easier when we had lighter blocks. They're quite heavy. 10 seconds left. And just notice if you start pushing back into the forearms, if the other hip starts to burn. We're here for 3, 2, 1, let's bring it down to the floor and just stretch it back out of the shoulders. Amazing, we're going to bring it up onto hands and knees, keep your block behind the thigh. And then imagining you've got a cup of tea resting on the back of the pelvis. Can you take the knee to the side slightly, keep the pelvis nice and steady, then squeeze the block, squeeze the hip to lift a little higher. Beautiful, lower down. So we're trying to keep our pelvis nice and steady. We're squeezing to create that lift. It's almost like we're pushing out to the side through our knee. So instead of twisting through the spine and twisting through the hips, we're just creating that small movement, little pause at the top before you release. Can you tuck the lower abdominals in before you lift? Try and keep the body weight nice and even between the hands. And remember to lean into the palms. This keeps the weight out of our other hip. We're here for 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Take it back into child's pose to stretch those arms. We've got one more on this side with the block. Let's bring it back to hands and knees. Secure your block. Okay, we're going to take it out to the side, then lean forward. Can you bring the knee to touch the right arm? Take it back and down. Tuck the abdominals in. Lift, in, back, and down. Beautiful. So keeping that knee elevated for that little bit longer, we're incorporating our obliques. Beautiful. Tuck the tummy in before you lift. Hold it there as you move forward. We're shifting forward over the top of the hands to shorten that distance that the knee has to travel. We're almost there. 10 more seconds. Abdominals in, lift, forward, back and down. You can take your block out now. We'll stretch it back into child's pose. Beautiful. Bring it back up to hands and knees. We'll take it behind our other leg. Squeezing it in tight, bring it down onto forearms. Align your chin or your nose with the thumbs. We lift through the thigh bone. Nice big range of motion to start. Squeeze that left glute at the top. Draw the abdominals in. And just keep checking on your alignment. Make sure you're in a line with those fists. Little pause at the top before you lower. And there is a little knack to holding the block. If you're going without the block, keep the heel nice and close to the bum. We're lifting through the thigh. Beautiful. 10 more seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, stretch it back a little. Let's shift forward into the forearms. Squeeze your block, pulsing at the top or lift to the top. Then squeeze the bum, lift through the thigh bone. Draw the lower abdominals in, keep the spine long. And keep your upper body nice and strong. So push into the forearms. We're trying not to dump into the shoulders. Beautiful. Coming up to halfway. Remembering if you need to take a rest at any time you can. Keep squeezing the abdominals in around the spine. 20 seconds left. And just checking in if you're lifting through the thigh and squeezing the bum, or if you're just moving through the bones. We've got 10 more seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Take the block out. We'll take a child's pose. Stretch your shoulders. Beautiful. Bring it back up onto hands and knees. Block behind the left thigh. Finding that sweet spot. Then pressing into the hands. Lean forward into the hands. Keep the body weight even as you lift to the side. Pelvis stays nice and level. Now can you lengthen your spine so we're not sinking through the waist. Draw the belly button in and up to keep the core nice and strong. Support your posture. Again, if you're starting to feel a burn in your other hip, it means you need to lean forward a little more. Take the weight out of that hip socket. Lower abdominals tuck in each time the knees come to meet. Little pause at the top before you release. Beautiful. Strengthening that external hip rotation. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee down. You can stretch it back into child's pose. Release through the shoulders. All right, bringing it back to all fours. Squeeze your block. Tuck the tummy in, lengthen your spine, leaning into the hands. We'll take it to the side. Lean forward, bring your knee to touch the arm. Bring it back, lower down, tuck the abdominals. Lift, forward, back, and down. Beautiful. Try and keep the pelvis level. Excellent. We're shortening that distance by leaning right over the top of the hands. Engaging the obliques. Keep the knee at the same height as you move forward. As you move back, we've got 10 seconds left. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Remove your block. We'll take it to the top of the mat. Stretch it back and rest. Beautiful. Bring it up onto all fours. We're going to take our block underneath our right hand. Keep the hands at hip distance. Beautiful. Tuck the pelvis. Create a nice straight line from the shoulders through to the knees. And then bending the knees back towards the toes, take it down for an elevated chaturanga. And rise up. Beautiful. Scraping the ribs with the elbows. Can you keep your core nice and active? Nice slow descent. Nice big push to the top. Shoulders away from the ears. Elbows come back. Beautiful. Then if you want to make it more difficult, you can tuck your toes nice and straight through the body. We've got 10 seconds left. Tighten through the thighs if you're elevating. Last one. Beautiful. Stretch it back into child's pose. Let's shift it over to the other side. Take it under the left hand. Setting ourselves up, hands underneath the shoulders, shoulder distance apart. Elbows turn back. Let's tuck our tail, activate the core. Lean into the hands as you bend the elbows. And push back up. Nice slow descent. Nice big push to the top. Now as you push to the top, can you tighten your core so we're not peeling up, we're lifting up in one piece. Beautiful. Keep the spine long, shoulders away from the ears. Reset your core at the top each time. Again, option to elevate. Bringing it up onto toes. Keep the thighs tight. Ooh. We're almost there. 10 seconds left. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stretch it back into child's pose. Beautiful. Flip it over onto your back. We're going to take the block underneath the right foot. Feet at hip distance. Then extend your left leg. Really point through your toes. We want our quad nice and active. We're not just hanging the leg in space. So nice and strong through that left leg. We're going to peel up off the floor, single leg bridge. Then lower back down, one vertebrae at a time. Now can you engage your pelvic floor, scoop and hollow the belly. Check in with your extended leg. Are you flexed through that quadricep? Through the front of the thigh. Big squeeze of that right glute at the top. Beautiful. And if you need to level down, just bring the left foot to the floor and focus on pushing into your right foot. We've got 10 seconds left. Last one. Beautiful. Let's take the left leg to the floor. We're going to draw the right knee into the chest. Just rock side to side. Then place your right foot down, back on the block. Left leg to the sky. Again, option to keep your left leg grounded. Now you can stay at extension with the leg pointing up, or you can add an extra element when we get to the top. We're going to hold that single leg bridge as we lower down, lift up, then take the hips back to the floor. Rise up, lower, lift, take it down. Beautiful. Secure your bridge in place by locking that glute on. This is the last set for this side. Pushing through if you can. We've got 10 seconds left. Really push into that block, get your bridge as high as you can. Last one. Ooh. Excellent, let's take it to the floor. Left leg extends, right leg into the chest, rock side to side. Oh, it burns. Then using your feet, we're gonna shift it over to the other side. Left foot comes on, right leg extends. Now we get a little bit of a stretch through this leg now. So really pointing through the toes, really flex that quad. Take it up and lower down. Beautiful, really push the foot down, really squeeze the glute at the top. Tuck the abdominals in, cinch your waist. Lifting that bridge as high as you can. Draw the lower abdominals in, little pause at the top before you lower down. Keep pointing through the toes, flex through your quad. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's take it down to the floor. Knee to the chest. Release through the hip. All right, optional leg lower. Place your left foot back on. Point the toes. Let's take the leg to the sky. We rise up. Lock it in with the glute, then add your lower. Rise up. Take it down. Excellent. Tighten the core before you lift. And try not to drop through your bridge as you add your lower. Almost there. 15 seconds left. Beautiful. Last one. Amazing. Take it to the floor, extend the leg, squeeze the other leg in towards the chest. Rocking side to side to loosen that hip. Amazing. All right. Bending at your knees, we're going to do our next deep abdominal hold. So like we did in our warm-up, we're going to press our lower back down, feel those deep abdominal muscles working. Then start to activate the floor of the pelvis. Imagine a line running up the center line of the body. We're trying to lift up inside the hips. Then scoop and hollow your lower abdominals. Can you pull them down towards the floor? And then start to scoop them out from between your hip points. Belly button draws in even deeper. We're squeezing the abdominals in from the sides. Imagine you are trying to button up a really tight pair of jeans. We're holding for an entire minute. We've got 20 seconds left. Place your hands on your tummy as a guide, and if you can, try and pull the belly down away from those hands. So try and create space. We're almost there. Beautiful. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Let's take the arms up overhead. Nice big inhale. Then roll it all the way up to seated on your exhale. All right, taking your block. Now we've got 3 height settings. So choosing your height, I always find medium's pretty good. Let's shift the flesh out from underneath the sit bones. Beautiful. Bring your hands, your fingertips down behind your hips and start to sit up nice and tall. Pull your heart forward, spine is long, tighten your belly. Point your toes, we're going to lift up and over the block. Beautiful. So what we're trying to avoid is rounding through the spine. We want to stay nice and elevated. So using a block level, that you can use to facilitate that posture. Draw the belly in, lift through the heart. This is going to help with our big toe extended pose. Building that strength in the hip flexors, strength in the quad. We've got 10 seconds left. Draw the lower abdominals in, shoulders back. One more in either direction. Beautiful. Let's rise up. Inhale, fold forward on your exhale. Amazing. Shift your block slightly to the left. Fingertips down behind the hips. Press into the fingertips. We'll rise up. Point your toes. Tighten your tummy. We lift up and over. Making nice little smooth rainbows because it's such a joyous exercise. Keep lengthening the spine. Try not to dump into the lower back. And if you have to, drop your block level. Beautiful. Just over 20 seconds left. Can you pull the shoulders back, the heart forward? Almost there. Woo, we're here for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms rise up. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Beautiful. Now stand your block up at center, either with the skinny sides facing in or the wider side if you want a little bit more of a challenge. We're going to bring our fingertips down behind the hips again. Open through the heart, draw the knees into the chest. Squeeze your inner thighs. We're going to extend to one side of the block, then rise in, extend to the other. Can you keep the heart open? Elbows and shoulders back. Now, as you draw back into the chest, really pull the belly in so that we're drawing the knees in with the abdominals. Beautiful. We've got 10 more seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Just bringing the soles of the feet into touch and then lean forward. Just open up through those knees. Stretch into those hips. Amazing. Now we're moving into a butterfly crunch. So we'll be in this position with our legs. You have the option to elevate the upper back, or you can just take it down onto the floor. It's up to you. But if you're elevating, just place the block behind the ribs. And that just gives us a nice longer range of motion. So fingertips to the ears. We'll take an inhale. As we exhale, rise up. So again, you don't have to elevate. It can be really nice on the back and really add a little bit of intensity to the core. Can you keep your elbows nice and wide? And we're trying to pull our bottom ribs down to touch our hip points. Little pause at the top before you lower back down. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Release wherever you are. Allow the abdominals to lengthen. Beautiful. Moving into a reach through. Fingertips to the ears. We'll take a nice big inhale. Exhale, rise up. Then reach the arms through. Notice how we get that extra little lift. We hold that lift with the abdominals as we bring the arms back. Then lower down. Beautiful. Up, reach, hold that extra lift. Center and down. So keep those abdominals tight so that we don't drop that extra height. as we shift the weight back to the upper body before we lower. Beautiful. 20 seconds left. A little bit of a heart opening with the block as well. Last one. Beautiful, and release. Now if you're using a block, just roll it off to one side. We'll take it out from underneath. Beautiful. Now shuffle back down onto my mat because I'm creeping away. Okay, taking your block to the right knee. We're going to take our left elbow on. Fingertips to the ears, take a nice big inhale. We're going to exhale, squeeze our block, press the lower back down. Like in our warm-up, we stay for our entire exhale. At the end of your exhale, soften, release, inhale. Exhale, elbow pushes towards knee, knee presses towards elbow. Pull the belly down, press the lower back down. Soften your breath as you release. Exhale and hold. Nice deep contraction. Imagine you're trying to crush your block. Inhale, release. Exhale, hold. Moving with your own breath in your own time. Can you keep drawing the tummy down? Keep pressing and anchoring the lower back. Beautiful, nice tight squeeze. Last one, we're here for 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, option to keep your left foot on the floor for round 2, or float your left leg. So bring the knees to 90 degrees, take your inhale. Exhale, squeeze. We're going to try and squeeze with the same amount of intensity that we did with our foot on the floor. So it's a little harder when we're not anchored down. Take your inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Stay for your entire exhale. Soften and release on your inhale. Beautiful, nice hard squeeze. Can you still press your lower back down, activate those deep abdominal muscles. 30 seconds left here. Such a small movement, but it packs a real punch to the guts. We're almost there. Anchor the lower back down, pull the belly button in as you squeeze. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your left foot to the floor, keep your elbow on your block. Just allow the belly to rise and fall for a couple of breaths. All right, last step for this side. Option to keep your left foot on the floor. Option to float your left leg, or you can take it to level 3. We'll take a big inhale. Exhale, squeeze, lock your block into place, extend your leg. We lower down, we rise up, we inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze, lock the block first, then add your leg lower, break it down into little movements. Soften on your inhale. Press the lower back down, anchor. 30 seconds left for this side. Inhale, exhale, hold, extend. Beautiful, almost there. Nice strong hold between the knee and the elbow, 10 seconds. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Remove your block, draw the knees into the chest, and just rock side to side. Use the thighs to massage the belly. Beautiful, right foot comes to the floor, block to the left thigh, right elbow on. Take your inhale, exhale and squeeze. Beautiful, working with your breath. Press the lower back down, draw the tummy in. Hit it nice and hard. Beautiful. Then once we finish our sets on this side, we've got one more drill before our deep abdominal hold. Beautiful. Keep that hold for the entire exhale. Last one. Beautiful. Let's soften the shoulders down. A couple of deep belly breaths. Allow the core to release. Beautiful. Moving into our round 2. Again, if you're still building your strength, keep your foot on the floor. Otherwise, we'll elevate. Take your inhale. Same amount of tension as round 1. Exhale. Drive the elbow into the thigh. Push the lower back down to get extra height. Stay for your entire exhale. Beautiful. Can you draw your tummy and press the lower back down? We've got 20 seconds left. Nice long holds, entire exhales. We're here for 5, 3, 2, and 1. Take your right foot to the floor, soften and release. We've made it this far, we've got 1 round to go. Beautiful, let's set ourselves up. Foot to the floor, elevate or add your leg lower. We'll take our inhale. Exhale, push. Press the lower back down. Secure yourself. Extend your leg. Lower down. Rise back up. Release. Inhale. Lock the block. Extend. Follow your exhale. And release. Beautiful. 30 seconds left. Excellent. Nice hard push into your block. Try and keep your tummy nice and flat as you extend. Keep anchoring your lower back. Ten seconds left. We're so close. We've got 1 more. Inhale, push, exhale, extend. Amazing. Draw both knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Beautiful. Then just shuffle down your mat a little bit until your ankles and heels are off the end. We're going to take our block up overhead and give it a nice big squeeze between your hands. Take a nice big inhale. We're going to exhale, follow our block as we roll all the way up to seated. Take the block overhead, lift up, lengthen as much as you can. Then tuck the pelvis, tighten through the core as you slide down 1 vertebrae at a time. Now, can you take it all the way down without dropping the body? Keep a nice smooth tempo. We rise up, fight through that sticky bit, lift up nice and tall, squeeze between the palms, keep the upper body active. Beautiful, 2 more. Scoop the belly as you tuck and lower. We've got 1 more. Rising up nice and tall. Excellent. Take it all the way back to the floor. Beautiful. Then take your block off to the side. We'll shuffle back onto our mats for our final abdominal hold. Extend both legs along the floor. We're going to tuck the belly in. Draw the pelvic floor up. Use your fingertips as a guide. Can you scoop the lower abdominals out from the hip points? So just dig your thumbs in. Find your hip points and rest your fingertips on the lower abdominals. Draw them down. Lift them up. Squeeze your lower ribs in. Draw the belly button in even deeper. Now hold that position. We're taking light, shallow breaths to the ribs. We're trying to narrow our waistline as much as possible. Imagine you've got a corset on and you're hugging everything in around the spine. Beautiful, and we want to create that up motion to support the weight of our organs. So when our organs push down and this muscle gets weak, we end up carrying all the weight of the organs in our hips and on our pelvic organs, like our bladder, our bowel. So this can help to hold some of that weight. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and soften, release. Take the arms up overhead. You can also be responsible for that little lower belly paunch that we tend to get from all that weight bearing down. So important to do your abdominal holds. Let's draw the right knee into the chest. We'll start to rock it from side to side. Beautiful, then push and lengthen through your left leg. We'll drop the knee out towards the hip, the shoulder. Let's bring it back to center. We're going to extend right leg to the sky and circle the ankle. Take it back the other way. Beautiful, we'll take a big inhale. As you exhale, draw it in closer. If you're working on flexibility, maybe take hold of the calf or the ankle and allow the weight of the upper body to draw down. We're going to bend at the knee, take it across the body, keep your right shoulder grounded. Create space with a big breath in. Then as you exhale, twist the spine a little deeper to sink the knee down. Roll it back to center. We're going to bend our left knee, take the right ankle on, and just open the hip before we draw through. Beautiful. Reach through for figure 4 stretch or recline pigeon. We'll interlace fingers around the shin or the hamstring. Can you take a big breath in? Exhale and squeeze. Then keep hold of your left knee. We're going to release the right leg along the ground, push and lengthen. Maybe wiggle the knee from side to side. Then sink it out towards the armpit. We'll create space through the hips. Let's bring it back to center, extend. Rotate the ankle. Take it back the other way. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, draw it in closer. Again, the option to climb if you're working on flexibility. We're going to bend at the knee, take it across the body, keep your left shoulder grounded. Create space with a big breath in. Then exhale, sink the knee down deeper. Allow the spine to twist. Bring it back to center, bend your right knee, left ankle on. Push and open first. This can help that clunk that sometimes we get in the hips when we draw in. So reaching through, now pulling in. Take a big breath in, then squeeze on your exhale. Beautiful, and release. Take a couple of rocks and rolls up and down the spine. And take it over onto knees. We're going to step our right foot forward, square off in the hips and sink. Beautiful, maybe staying up like this or maybe taking their hands to the floor, rocking side to side. Just really getting into that hip flexor. Then maybe staying still at center or turn your front foot to the side of the mat. As you lift the foot in, we'll reach around and lean forward. It's a nice deep quad stretch. And release. Start to straighten your front leg, half split. Beautiful. Then step that foot back. We'll step our left foot forward. Again, sinking forward. Option to stay here or take the hands to the inside of the foot. Twist through the hips. Beautiful. Maybe staying still at center and really stretching that hip flexor, or turn your front foot to the side. Lift your back foot, reach around. Shift the body forward as you twist to the left. And release. Step your left foot back. We're going to take a nice wide angled child's pose and just creep the hands forward. Find length in the spine. Maybe rest the chin to the floor to open the upper back. Beautiful. Walk the hands back towards the knees. We're going to rise up and take the hands to the front, thumbs out the back. Thumbs to the floor. Then you interlace the hands behind the spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. Can you start to shift the hips forward by squeezing the bum and draw the hands back away from the hips? Maybe release your head. And release. Beautiful. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Well done, everyone. Nice work.